Hey guys, welcome to M9 Prime Gaming, and I'm here to talk to you about my gripes with the Nintendo Switch and mainly Nintendo games. I love them, they are great, they are super fun to play, and as you know, they're usually aimed at kids. Like we have Luigi's Mansion here, right? E for everyone, right there. E for everyone on Luigi's Mansion. Kirby, E10 plus. Okay, that's a little bit older. Let's go Pikachu right here. E for everyone as well. So all of these games are E for everyone. And there is so many games. Like I'm pretty sure Mario Wonder is E for everyone. I have it digitally, so I couldn't tell you what it is. Actually, I haven't played this game in a while, so I don't want to do a hard level. But that being said, E for everyone, which means all ages should be able to enjoy this game, which is almost true, I would say, in my household. This is actually my son's Nintendo Switch, and he is he's basically in kindergarten. He still can't read. He can write his name. He knows his letters. He knows his numbers, but he's not reading at a full, level yet. So for him to be able to play some of these games is very difficult. Like he does enjoy Luigi's Mansion 3, but it's a game we have to play together. Even though he wants to keep playing it, he will actually play it a little bit by himself. He'll go around the area, but then he doesn't know what to do. He gets stuck. And that means that he can't progress without an adult there to read and let him know what's going on. Like games like Mario Wonder here, like there's very little reading, but you see, like this is all reading for kids. That's not great. Like, okay, it's good that they read, but it's not accessible. Like, I know Mario doesn't talk in the Mario verse, and it is basically, but this is like a shopkeeper. Mario Wonder is new. Like, these are all new people. They could have voiced that, but I mean, he figured it out. Like I showed him the first time. But this is an easy example. But then we have a game like Let's Go Pikachu, which is the Pokemon Blue, Red, and Yellow remastered on the Switch. It's great. He loves playing Pokemon, but he also doesn't know where he needs to go. Like he gets stuck a lot playing Let's Go Pikachu because he's just catching Pokemon, but then he's done with the area and he doesn't know what to do. So it's a game we play together because this is the reason I got this game is you do play it with two people. There is one big problem. When you're playing it on the console, you have to use only one Joy-Con. You can't use a controller. You have to use the Joy-Cons in one hand. It's a one-handed game, and you have to throw the stupid Pokeballs to catch Pokemon, which I don't like. I want to just push the button. It makes it so much harder. Like it's so much easier to play it in handheld mode because you just push the A button, you throw the Pokeball, and it's much easier to time everything. With the motion controls, it's not as precise. I feel like you're wasting stuff. Mario Kart 8, that's a racing game. That's pretty easy. You just pick stuff. Smash Brothers, he figured out pretty good. Like, he has no problems figuring out Smash Brothers, but I did have to set it up for him, and I did have to show him where to go. But that is just menus. I wish there was, like, a quick battle motion, like, just jump into the game, which kind of there is. The loading times on the Switch could also be better. This is running off a fairly fast SD card. It's the Samsung Evo SD cards. I thought it would help. I don't see a difference between this and, like, a generic SD card or running off the cart. But I mean, here you just go smash and then, smash and you're playing. Like, mind you, I created the rule set. We can create another one. But again, like, for him to set this up would be very difficult. But from here, he knows what to do. Then we have wrong button. Other games. This is the one that I really had an issue with. Princess Peach Showtime. This, even in all the reviews, is pretty much the babyest baby game for Nintendo. Like, this is my first Nintendo game for most kids. And it's not my son's first game. He was playing Mario World first, because this game just came out, and he's had the Switch for over a year now. And this game is meant for kids. Like, this is the simplest game I've played probably ever. But then again, I didn't play that uh, Balan Wonderworld game, which apparently only uses one button. But this game is pretty, like, it's a very simple game. Most of the levels are very simple, but nothing is voiced. Absolutely nothing. Everything requires you to read. This game is really meant for the younger, like the youngest of young audience, like anyone our age, like middle aged, and pretty much anyone over the age of, I'm going to say 12. This game is very simple for them. Like, it's fun for a minute or two, but everything is about reading in this game. There, like, nothing is voiced. Like, okay, you don't want to voice Princess Peach, sure, make her do Mario sounds. But all these guys, what are these? Have they appeared in other games before? I don't know. Why can't they have a voice? I suspect it's a cost cutting measure. Like, I mean, Nintendo will cut costs all the time, and they'll make a lot of money because, like, I'm sure all their games sell well. Plus, when you have a Nintendo sale, good luck getting $20 off their titles. But again, like, my son likes this game. It's fun for him. My daughter plays it with him too. Like, she's a bit older, so she'll play it for just a little bit and then get bored. But everything is reading. And he's played most of it through with his sister, so she's doing all the reading for him. He's good at playing games. He just can't read yet, which is kind of unfortunate for games like this. Like, I mean, is it because Nintendo doesn't want to pay voice actors? Is it because Nintendo doesn't want to put a bigger cart on on sale? Does it cost them too much money? I mean, I don't know if Nintendo does this directly, but I know other publishers have put parts of a game on a cart, or just like a small section, or like if it's a two-part game, they'll put one part on the cart and the other one's downloaded. So, I mean, Nintendo could have made the game and then you download the dialogue optionally if they wanted to save space. I mean, yeah, the Switch only has, I think, built-in 32 gigs. I've never used the internal storage. I've always had the SD card in here. So, like, storage is not an issue for most people. I mean, SD cards are dirt cheap. I know the Nintendo carts are a little bit more expensive. I mean, it's more than a disc. Like, it's never going to be as cheap as a disc to manufacture a cart. But, I mean, it's Nintendo's proprietary cart. I'm sure they get their own discount on it, or they just pay cost, right? So I don't know why they don't put voices in games. And it's very unfortunate. Like, you go up to a character, and, like, yeah, these are, like, side guys, so it doesn't really matter too much. But when you start the game, like, my son put it in, I'm like, oh, this is a baby game. Like, he's going to be able to just play it, no problem. But at the beginning of this game, you have to, like, kind of talk to people, and then they tell you what to do. And if you don't talk to them, they don't tell you what to do, and everything's locked. Like, right now, he's finished the game, I think. I'm pretty sure he's finished the game. But, like, everything is locked when you first start. Like, nothing is available for you to do. Like, you're basically in the lobby, and everything is locked away. And you can't play it because no one talks to you. Like, all these doors are closed. No one's hanging out. It's kind of dreary. So for me, that's an issue. Like, they really need to add voice acting. I know they don't want to give it to Mario. They don't want to give it to Peach, I guess, but they can give it to side characters. And, like, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu has a lot of reading in it. Like, it's a RPG, really. They could have voiced it. I mean, it's a remake. None of the characters here are, like, Nintendo staple characters. The Pokemon still, I think, use their Game Boy sound effects, like, or at least very similar. So it's not like they're changing it a lot. They just needed to, like, voice your protagonist, which is male and female. And I mean, Mass Effect did that. You can pick a fem shep or male shep, and they both get voiced. It's two voice actors that voiced everything. And I'm sure Mass Effect was way more intensive than Pokemon in terms of, like, the amount of dialogue. And then you got games. Let me see. I am very bad at finding stuff. I am looking for Mario Odyssey. Is this in alphabetical order? No. Oh, there is Mario Odyssey. Yeah, I wish it was also in Mario, or is it Super Mario? So, oh yeah, I guess S for Super Mario Odyssey. So Mario Odyssey was one of the first 3D platformers on. Actually, it's the only 3D platform Mario on the Switch, I guess, because I mean, technically, the 30th anniversary of Super Mario All Stars 3D came out, or basically the one with Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, and Mario Galaxy. But that was limited time. I can't even buy that anymore for less than like 150 Canadian dollars. I would love to play Mario Galaxy again. And Mario Galaxy had a really, really nice two-player feature where one person was playing with the controller and the other person had the Wii remote and was able to like point at stuff and collect stars. That was something that like was really fun and intuitive. And they basically didn't like they don't let you buy that anymore. That's another gripe with Nintendo because like they had that limited time game. I didn't have a Switch at the time, and now I have no way of getting that game that's not aftermarket. And it is something that is very expensive right now if you want to get it because like people picked it up because they picked up a copy for themselves and a copy for someone else or like to sell. And like Mario Odyssey, yes, Mario doesn't talk, but they added a new character, Cappy. I don't know why we have this costume on, but at a certain point, I know you come into this ship and you talk to Cappy and you talk to other people, and you're basically, it tells you what to do. But it doesn't really, like, we have the assist mode on for him because that's the only way they'll tell you where to go. But look, the Bowser Monster Servants take our flowers again. Panic Cycle, like, they could have voiced this stuff. They could have voiced Cappy. Like, this is not friendly for kids. No one wants, like, the original Mario 1, 2, 3, Super Mario World. Super Mario World 2 had a little bit of reading. Super Mario World had the hint boxes. But, like, they really have a lot of reading here. So, basically, like, to figure out where to go, you can kind of brute force it. And with the assist mode, you have these nice arrows. But for a kid that doesn't know how to read that wants to play Mario, and this is like a kid's game. Yes, it's fun for adults. It's fun for all ages, right? But for someone that can't read, so let's say you're even up to grade 1 or 2, like their reading skills are not as powerful as someone that's a little bit older. And like some of these games, some of the reading, like here you can stand and take your time to read it. But if there's like stuff going on, it doesn't really like it would just be so much better if they could voice it. And other games voice it on the that have voice acting on the Switch. And I know it's something Nintendo refuses to do. Hopefully on Switch 2, they actually go ahead and start doing voice acting because that would be more inclusive for everyone. Like you could be I don't know, like you might have a learning disability and you just can't focus enough to read, but you like playing video games. You might have like problems like seeing, like you can make out the game, but like maybe your vision is impaired. Like accessibility is very important, and I think voice like even if you don't want to do voice acting, have a way to do text to speech. Like just have it as an accessibility option where you can turn it on. You go up to the guy and you push a button that you don't use in the other game. Like, I mean, you have 2 buttons to throw the hat. The like both triggers make you crouch. You could easily make one of the triggers like a text to speech or like remap it to an accessibility thing where you could have it read it out for you. You could do that, but Nintendo chooses not to. And it's kind of unfortunate because, I mean, Nintendo makes so many great games, but none of these great games have voice acting. Like, it is unfortunate because it's not something you could add later. I mean, I guess you could add it later on, but like, I don't think Nintendo's going to go and add more voice acting to these games or like in the future games. Like even Pikmin, I only have the demo on here, but Pikmin 4, there's no voice acting. Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker, yeah, it's the demo, but like again, no voice acting. WarioWare, get it together. No voice acting. Luigi's Mansion, that's a big one. There's a lot of like Professor Egad messages you so much, and it basically doesn't voice act anything. They just do their little voices, and then you're like, whatever. This is a Ubisoft game technically. I wish it had voice acting. I'm like, my son likes playing it, but again, he doesn't know what's going on, so sometimes he fails the story stuff. Minecraft is not Nintendo. Doesn't really have voice acting, but it also doesn't really have like cinematic stories, and people don't talk to you. Like Kirby is very like E10, but I guess that's because of the violence. But essentially, Kirby is very, very much aimed at kids. And again, everything is written, and like he likes getting all the stars. He likes completing all the levels 100%. But I have to go and read everything to him. And like games like Lego City Undercover, fully voiced. I wish I knew how to options is plus. If I could see how big this game is. Well, let's just go to manage software. It should tell us how big these games are. Oh, no. I don't know what I'm doing. Let's save data. Oh, software information. I guess nothing here is going to tell me how big this game is. Nope. Definitely not going to tell me how big this game is. Either way, like fully voiced, and it's on the Nintendo Switch, so they fit it in there. This game I wish had voice acting, but that is something else. So yeah, Spelunky doesn't have any voice acting in it because it's basically like the old school Mario games. Sonic Superstar doesn't have voice acting, but they don't really have anyone talking to you. You're just kind of running around, and it's all like cutscenes that are just people running around. So yeah, that's the one thing I wish they did. I wish they added voice, like acting to these games. Like if you can't make Mario talk, make the hat talk. If Peach doesn't want to talk, make everyone around her talk. There's ways around this stuff, and Nintendo needs to figure it out. They need to get with everybody else. Like, I don't have this issue on, like, PlayStation or Xbox. Most of their games are voice acted. I mean, Astrobot isn't, but Astrobot doesn't talk. And it's all cutesy. Sackboy's Big Adventure, again, no talking. And, like, back then here, where we had, like, the old Nintendo games. Like, these games, you don't expect voice acting. But you didn't need it. Like, there was... I mean, in Donkey Kong Country, you go into the first thing and it says you have to get your banana horde back, but like you're just playing. Like the game teaches you to play, and the story kind of unfolds as you're playing. There's not really much in terms of reading, but the new games, there's a lot of reading to them. There is so much to read in these new games, and if it was just like side stuff, maybe, but like if it impedes your progress for a younger audience, it is very tough to like allow it to keep playing like this. Anyways, if you made it this far, thank you for listening to my rant. It's just something I've been frustrated about with Nintendo since I got the Switch, because I realized that they don't voice act anything. Please like and subscribe and come back for my next video. I don't expect you to hit that bell icon, but if you do, I really, really appreciate it. Anyways, happy gaming, and see me for the next one.